It's the Tony Rose Morning Show on Sam 100.7, where you never know what you're going to hear next, and you know what? You never know who's just going to swing in and stop by next. What a day today in the studio. A good friend of the show, actually the third time he's been on with us, Ben Jones. You know him as Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. He's all you never saw. Boy, old Waylon could do it. I can't. Nobody can impersonate Waylon. You hear people do, Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash, but Waylon's hard.
Man, how you doing, man? It's good to catch up with you again.
I'm doing great. We're going to be out at Santa's Lookout tonight. We're going to be keeping an eye out for Santa Claus. You've been a good boy, Tony.
I've tried my best to stay on the good list. I've done all I can, and if not, I'm trying to bribe some people to write me some good reviews or something. You know what I'm saying?
Santa Claus is hard to bribe.
It's a proven fact.
Got his list, checking it twice. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
you better straighten up between now and Christmas.
I hear the rumor out that this year, instead of the sleigh, Santa may be out riding in the General Lee delivering presents.
Yeah. Santa loves the General Lee. It's a little hard jumping in the window, with all that belly, but it's getting hard for me too. As a matter of fact,
man. So a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, this weekend, Santa's Lookout Holiday Lights Extravaganza, right out Cemetery Road, right over the Allen County line. You're going to be out there now. Now, what are your hours? You're going to be out there? What day? How's that going to work?
Tonight and tomorrow night, 5:30 to 7:30.
Yeah.
And we're going to hang with everybody. The General's going to be there.
So people come out and get their picture made, get the autographs and everything like that, and good to go and stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
it never snowed in Hazzard County. Hardly ever rained. You ever notice that? It was a 7-year drought there, though.
Yeah, and there wasn't a lot of pavement either in Hazzard County. I just realized what a lot of concrete.
Just uptown.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter, when we were on people say, well, how you get the tires to squeal on dirt? I said, that's because those cars were so well tuned and so powerful, they got right down to the rock.
That's right straight to the core of the earth.
That's right.
Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize this, when the Dukes was on in the prime of their internet wasn't around yet, but yet you were still working the Hazzard net. See, so I think you need to get a little cut on all this internet stuff that's going around.
Yeah, well, I kind of miss that old CB radio thing. As much for the talk, Hammer down, big turkey. I got you back door and all. You know what I'm saying? Breaker one might be crazy. I ain't no crazy cootie. Anybody got your ears on Hazzard net? Come on. Now the internet has destroyed all of that.
Now, when you guys are doing the show, how much of that did you just wing on? How much was that was improv, and how much did they actually have in the script? I mean, you just had to go with it, didn't you?
We made it up. But we'd look at the script and go, okay, we got the idea, and then we'd have fun with it.
Right.
So an enormous amount of it was improvised.
Right.
And like all of that CB stuff, we have fun playing with it,
Man.
A great story, real quick story.
When
we first started filming down in Georgia, a director comes to me and says, hey, you Hollywood guy, any of that CB jive, that talk they do? So I went over and I wrote, I've still got the piece of paper, back of an envelope, wrote, Breaker one. Might be crazy, but I ain't no. Crazy Cooter coming at you, got your ears on.
Yeah.
And I did it, and everybody said, that'll do.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 years later, several years later, I worked out at this gym where I played basketball in Burbank, California.
Right.
And I'm jogging over to the gym for my hoops.
Right.
And I hear these kids playing in the backyard, and I hear this kid say, Breaker one, might be crazy, I ain't doing it. I thought, man, that is cool.
Yeah, that is.
That's real nice when that sort of thing happens, But you never know where a thing will go.
Isn't that neat? The first, I guess that's one of the first times you guys kind of realized how big of an impact the show was having on people. The Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. It's just. Well, I grew up on it. I tell you what, Daisy Duke. That was my first girlfriend right there. I tell you what, good stuff.
Yeah, it was a long line you had to get in to be. I think she was everybody's favorite girlfriend. Those posters of her still, they're collector's items now.
Do you have any when the show was at its prime and everything? Did you go out and buy any of the souvenirs? Did you get the lunchbox and everything like that? Did you just for the sake it was your show and everything?
But particularly I'm like anybody else, if it had my picture on it, I mean I had I'd go down, there's my action figure, I had an action figure. I was never in as good a shape as the action figure. The action figure looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody, but I got some of those and the lunchboxes and things.
Yeah.
And I try to keep, a little track, just souvenirs, the scripts and things like that. Turns out now we've got 2 museums full of all of that.
Yeah, Cooter's Place.
Yeah, Cooter's Place in Nashville, McGavock Pike, and one in Gatlinburg.
Right.
and they're both filled with this memorabilia because when Alma, my wife, and I started Cooters, it was just a little place up in the country and way back in the mountains of Virginia.
Yeah.
It was just a little roadside stand, and we having fun with it. And I got all the stuff out of the garage and out of the barn, the scripts and the pictures from the show, the souvenirs that I had.
Right.
And then people started coming in and saying, well, I've got this. You want to buy it? I've got the thermos or the TV tray or something. So I said, well, yeah, if we're going to do museums, we really need to try to get a hold of everything.
Right.
Well, there's thousands of pieces, that of collectible stuff. I mean, look on eBay; it's amazing. So, it continues to be fun. The show continues to be popular. It's shown all over the world. The DVDs are huge.
Hot items. Yeah.
So, and CMT had a great run with it, and it just keeps rolling along because the kids love it, and each generation that comes along takes to it, thinks it's a new show. And in show business, Tony, that's about as good as it gets.
We love it, man. Talking to Ben Jones, Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard, 742 in Southern Kentucky. And, of course, he's going to be out at Santa's Lookout Holiday Lights Extravaganza this weekend only. You got tonight and tomorrow to come out there and visit with you.
Yeah, but they'll be open through the 23rd of December. But I'm going to be out there tonight and tomorrow night. We have so many friends here, and folks that have made their way down to Nashville and Cooter's Place and Dukes Fest and all of that. So it's always fun.
That Dukes Nation, I tell you, it's something else.
And
man.
the general, I always say the general is General Lee is the only character from the show that has held up his age real good. The rest of us got gray hair, starting to slow down a little bit. The general looks as good as new.
Hey, and you got a book coming out as well.
That's right.
Let's tell us about that a little bit. It's not out yet, but people can pre-order, right?
It's about my misspent life. I mean, I've had quite a lot of adventures before and after the Dukes of Hazzard. And some of it ain't real pretty, but it's straight. I just tell the truth. And it's called Redneck Boy in the Promised Land.
I like it.
The subtitle is The Confessions of Crazy Cooter. Comes out next. You can order it now on Amazon or Borders. You just type in Redneck Boy in the Promised Land. You can order it and get a discount.
Right.
But it comes out June 3rd. It's Random House. Big outfit. It's a big deal, and I'm real fired up about it.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Well, once I got to it, and the deadline got closer, and I sat down and, had to get it done, it took about 6 months, I guess. So but it took 65 years of living to fill you know what I'm saying.
Well, so I'm afraid if I wrote a book, it would be like a coloring book. It'd just be coloring pictures if it was the Tony Rose story. So it's a great undertaking.
It's been that reminded me. It's been so dry back in Hazzard County. We had this drought and had a terrible fire at the Hazzard County Public Library, and it was a total loss. Both books. And one of them hadn't even been colored in yet.
I love it.
Rough, man.
Ben Jones, Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard. You can see him this weekend. Santa's Lookout.
Buy the book.
Lights Extravaganza. His book, Amazon.com. Get your pre-orders on it there so you can get it on the first day it
comes out. Redneck Boy and the Promised Land.
We'll get that up on the website as well for everybody to get the name of that and the link and everything. And this weekend, get out there through the holidays. Santa's Lookout Holiday Lights Extravaganza. Ben, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us.
Tony, I'll see y'all tonight out there and tomorrow night.
There you go. Come on out.
There
you go. I love it, man. It's the Tony Rose Morning Show.
Came by here.
You see, he's just hanging out in the back. He's a Dukes fan. 7:45. It's Sam 100.7. Good morning.